What up, good people? Back with today's reflection. And today's reflection, I want to talk about um, how we can start being better caretakers, of our health. What made me think about this is, I'm getting over something. I don't know if it was flu. I don't know if it's some form of COVID. They coming up with new forms every month. Seem like the new J's. You got COVID coming out like new J's now. I don't know if it was COVID. I don't know if it was the flu. I don't know if it was just a common, health cold. Um, but I'm starting to come out of it. The minute I felt, some symptoms, I immediately jumped on my herbs. Uh, I was still in the gym, working out, sweating, still getting rest, trying to get as much rest as possible. I even fasted, because a lot of times we think that we need to be adding more uh, things into our body, but sometimes you need to be eliminating. Um, just like, when dogs are sick, no matter how much you try to force, they ain't gonna eat. They'll lay down on you. Some of them will bite you, if you try to, force feed them some food when they sick, because they letting you know, I don't need to be adding nothing at this point in time. I need to be allowing things to escape, to eliminate. And so that's what getting sick sometimes is okay. Dr. Yaki Awaken likes to say that, getting the flu once a year is the best thing for us, because that's the time when you eliminate the most. You throwing up, you vomiting, you urinating more, you're sweating more, you're coughing more, you're sneezing more, your nose is running more. So that's the best time to eliminate all of these toxins that we accumulate, throughout the day and throughout our life. Uh, but as much as I hate to be sick, I do like to um, get to know my body. Because one thing I try and I've been trying not to do in the last couple of years is take prescription or medication. Because I feel like anything that says we're gonna solve this problem, but beware, you're gonna have this problem, and that problem. To me, that's like a red flag to say, yeah, I probably don't want to be taking that then. I probably want to stick to something that my ancestors did, because they didn't have pharmacists. They didn't have, doctors to write them prescriptions. They had to go in the land. They had to forage. They had to find herbs that God, created for us here to heal ourselves and to make us better. They had to do the work. We got lazy. And so we wanted somebody else to just do all the work for us. But in the process, we don't understand that comes with consequences. And sometimes those consequences ain't the best. So, be better stewards.